Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for January 22, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced that he is backing down on his threat to impose tariffs on European nations over the disputed territory of Greenland. According to reports, President Trump has agreed to a framework deal with NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg and Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, which would resolve the ongoing tensions between the U.S. and Denmark. In another development, Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced that he is willing to commit frozen Russian assets in the U.S. to rebuild Ukrainian regions damaged during the war once a peace treaty is concluded. Additionally, Putin has offered to donate $1 billion from these frozen assets to U.S. President Donald Trump's proposed Board of Peace. Lastly, we're also following the story of the European Parliament voting to challenge the EU-Mercosur trade deal, citing concerns over the impact on the environment and human rights. This move is seen as a significant setback for the EU's trade ambitions and could have implications for global trade agreements. As these stories continue to unfold, one thing is clear: the situation remains volatile and uncertain. We will provide updates as more information becomes available. And that's the way it is. I'm Walter, and this is the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall know what's right now. Firstly, tensions between the U.S. and Canada have reached a critical juncture, with the two countries navigating a shifting global landscape. The relationship has been strained after President Trump made remarks that were deemed disappointing but typical by Ontario Premier Doug Ford. Canada is seeking to diversify its trade relationships, including with countries like China and India, while the U.S. remains an important partner. In other news, the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces have agreed to integrate into the Syrian army, marking a major shift in the country's political landscape. The agreement comes after weeks of tensions and negotiations between the SDF and the Syrian government, brokered by the United States. While the deal has been welcomed by the Syrian government, some Kurdish leaders have expressed concerns that it could lead to the erosion of Kurdish rights and autonomy in Syria. Lastly, a significant winter storm event is expected to impact nearly 30 states across the southern plains and eastern United States. The low-pressure system will bring heavy snow, thick ice, and brutal cold, with areas along the southern side of the storm's track expecting accumulating ice and potential power outages. We urge everyone in the affected areas to exercise caution and follow the latest updates from trusted sources. These are the top stories we're following today. We'll continue to provide updates and analysis throughout the day, so now, for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, the Reserve Bank of India has expressed optimism about the country's economic prospects, despite challenges posed by U.S. tariffs on Indian goods. The RBI believes private investment will rebound once trade tensions ease, a sentiment echoed by SBI Chairman C.S. Sethi, who also emphasized leveraging artificial intelligence to enhance banking efficiency. Secondly, we're following a significant development in digital assets as BitGo Holdings, a leader in digital asset infrastructure, has announced the pricing of its initial public offering. This move is set to send ripples through the financial landscape, with 44 million shares being offered at $23 per share. The involvement of major players like Goldman Sachs Co. LLC as lead book-running manager underscores the confidence in BitGo's vision and capabilities. Lastly, we touched on a crucial case involving the Reserve Bank of India, where the court is set to resolve an important matter that could have far-reaching implications for the banking sector. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we have an update on the latest developments in space technology, where companies like SpaceX are pushing the boundaries of innovation with plans for AI data centers in space. This cutting-edge technology promises to reduce latency, energy consumption, and environmental impact, but also comes with significant challenges that need to be overcome. Secondly, we're looking at NASA's imminent return to the moon as part of the Artemis II mission. Scheduled to launch as early as February, this crewed lunar flight will mark a major milestone in NASA's ambitious plan to return humans to the lunar surface by 2025. The mission will not only test the capabilities of the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System rocket, but also pave the way for future human settlements on the moon. Lastly, we're exploring the intersection of space exploration and technology with the announcement of SpaceX's potential IPO. This development highlights the rapid acceleration of innovation in the space industry and its potential impact on fields like climate modeling, healthcare, and education. These articles remind us that the pursuit of knowledge and understanding is a fundamental aspect of human nature, driving us to push beyond the boundaries of what's thought possible. As we continue to explore the wonders of the cosmos, let's remember that the greatest discoveries often lie at the intersection of human curiosity and ingenuity. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First off, the Denver Broncos are gearing up for the AFC title game without their starting quarterback, Bo Nix, who suffered a devastating ankle fracture during the divisional round win over the Buffalo Bills. Backup quarterback Jarrett Stidham will take the reins as the Broncos face off against the New England Patriots on Sunday. In other news, the Seattle Seahawks will be without running back Zach Charbonnet, who tore his ACL during last week's win over the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, the Los Angeles Rams are relatively healthy heading into their matchup against the Seahawks, although defensive back Quentin Lake is listed as out due to illness. And in a significant development, the Kansas City Chiefs have finalized a deal to bring back Eric Bieniemy as their offensive coordinator. This move signals a strategic effort to reclaim their dominance on the field after their first losing season under the Andy Reid-Patrick Mahomes era. Bieniemy's return is expected to provide continuity and stability, crucial elements given Mahomes' recovery from an ACL tear and speculation surrounding tight end Travis Kelce's potential retirement. These stories and more will continue to unfold as we head into the weekend. We'll keep you updated on all the latest developments in the world of sports. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currall.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we've been following the developments in London's High Court, where Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, is taking a stand against British tabloids for invasive and illegal snooping into his private life. This case raises important questions about privacy, media ethics, and the human cost of living under constant surveillance. In other news, a devastating train crash in Catalonia has reminded us of the risks and uncertainties that come with traveling. Our thoughts are with the families affected by this tragedy, and we honor the often overlooked work of train drivers, conductors, and maintenance crews who work tirelessly to keep our transportation systems running smoothly. Lastly, across the Atlantic, a debate is unfolding about media responsibility and privacy laws sparked by Prince Harry's lawsuit. We're also keeping an eye on developments in Ireland, where lawmakers are discussing reforms to protect individuals from intrusive media practices. These stories underscore the delicate balance between the public's right to know and an individual's right to privacy. As we navigate these complex issues, it's essential that we prioritize decency, respect, and compassion in our pursuit of news and information. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we talked about Disney's plans to revamp its iconic theme park attractions with a focus on diversity and inclusion. We also dived into the world of baking with the shocking news of Prue Leith leaving the Great British Bake Off after nearly a decade as a judge. And we explored the latest mystery thrillers taking over Netflix, including the return of The Night Agent and new releases like Million Follower Detective and The Art of Sarah. In our first article, we discussed how Disney is reimagining its classic attractions to better reflect modern values and appeal to a broader audience. We also examined the potential impact on fans and the future of theme park entertainment. Next, we paid tribute to Prue Leith, the beloved judge of the Great British Bake Off, as she steps down from the show at 83 years young. We reflected on her legacy, her chemistry with co-judge Paul Hollywood, and the challenge of finding a worthy replacement. Finally, we highlighted the exciting lineup of mystery thrillers on Netflix this month, featuring a mix of action-packed series, psychological dramas, and international productions that cater to diverse tastes and preferences. That's a quick recap of our recent articles. Stay fabulous and tune in tomorrow for more news, reviews, and analysis from the world of entertainment. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David AIDailyPress.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, in the realm of human evolution, a groundbreaking discovery in Ethiopia's Afar region has uncovered remains of the ancient human species Paranthropus, dated to approximately 2.6 million years ago. This finding significantly expands our understanding of their adaptability and geographical reach, suggesting they were more versatile than previously thought. Secondly, we explored the remarkable world of photography through the lens of a talented artist who has captured stunning images of wildlife in their natural habitats. Unfortunately, this article is not available for summarization. Lastly, shifting gears to a complex health issue, a recent report shed light on the biological, genetic, and environmental factors contributing to alcohol dependence. The study reveals that while genetics play a significant role, with heritability estimated at around 50%, environmental factors, particularly those experienced during childhood, also significantly influence an individual's risk of developing dependence. These stories remind us of the complexities and wonders of our world, from the ancient secrets of human evolution to the intricate factors influencing our health and well-being. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David AIDailyPress for AIDailyPress, the world's most unbiased news source.